Alright, what is going on, everybody? It is your boy Ora, so we back with another video on the New York channel. How are we doing? In today's video, I'm going to be showing y'all how to make virtual vocal chop melodies. This video is sponsored by Dreamtonics. I'm actually going to be showcasing the new Synthesizer Studio V2 plugin. It's basically just like a vocal synthesizer. I'm sure you guys have seen a lot about that recently, especially with like the new AI going around and shit like that. Crazy plugin, and I think a lot of you guys will like it, especially people who like to use vocals and loops. I think a lot of people are gonna like this. So I'm gonna showcase it for y'all and just show y'all exactly how to use it and how I like to use it. But yeah, so I'm not gonna waste any more time. Let's just get straight into the video. I started with Serum. I used this big ass chord preset from the Caps Serum Bank, and then I actually took this MIDI from a Morris kit. So this loop is a lab with Morris actually. But yeah, it's pretty simple. I obviously didn't really do much with the MIDI. I basically just copied the MIDI and then found a nice little synth patch that I liked. And I'll just play it out for y'all. I'm gonna turn off the effects here because there are a few effects, but here it is. Nice. And then we have a few presets on here. So first I put the reverb on, very simple reverb. Turn down the mix level, y'all know how it is. So yeah, I added a looperator effect. This is it if you want it. I'm not gonna lie, this is some sauce. Like I just started using looperator like that. But yeah, this shit smacks. So I'll go ahead and play it out. I also put a fruity limiter on there because like at some point in the melody, it clips a little bit and it sounds a little bit too loud. So I just put a limiter on there and then lowered the ceiling a little bit just to like help it, stop clipping and keep everything, all leveled. So this is what it sounds like. You know what I'm saying? That's some sauce, I'm not gonna lie. That sounds cool, at least to me it does. It sounds pretty cool. So then I went into Electra and just found a basic pluck lead, whatever. I just layered it just because I wanted like something behind it. I didn't do anything to this, I just put a low cut. So yeah, very simple. Doesn't, you probably can't even hear it very much in the actual loop because it's sort of like overridden by the synth, but it's still there, you know what I mean, and it gives it a little bit more, of a happier feeling. And I just like to layer my stuff, so this just completes the sound. And then together. Very nice. And then I went into Serum and I added a basic bass, just Cater bass from the Adapt Volume 3 Serum Bank. I didn't do anything with the bass, just literally followed the root notes, thing. And then for the second half I pasted this up an octave just to give it some more variation. Very simple. I then added a Xenology, the Super Sign preset from like a Xenology bank, so I don't know if I can really show y'all. Just a nice little sign top melody. We got some gliding notes here, or grace notes I guess they're called. And I did touch it up a lot with the effects, but I'll play it without the effects and then with the effects. Very nice. And then with the effects, we got a reverb, a delay, a looperator, and then just a low and high cut. So it puts it more in the background, makes it a little bit more of like an ambient lead more than like a very present lead. I'll play it out with everything. Oh wait, no, I gotta show you guys the looperator. So yeah, this is with everything, like the effects. Yeah, I really started to try and use like these effects that sort of transform the melodies, whether it's through like, looping presets or like, whatever, stutter, delay, just, chorus, crush, all of that. Looperator is a good preset, or Looperator is a good plugin for that because, you can basically add a whole lot of different effects in one chain, and it'll come out, into like one smooth pattern. So it sounds pretty cool in my opinion. So then with everything, it's gonna sound like this. very nice. And then I added this Xenology preset. It's this, I don't even know what the hell this is, but I just pasted these 2-note chords in. And then I added some halftime, some portal, and then just a low cut. And this is what that sounds like. And this is what that sounds like. Very, very nice. So I'm gonna show y'all the sauce now, basically what I did with the Synthesizer Studio. So I took this arcade patch. I had a loop that I basically just like never used. I never really sent it out or anything. I didn't really like. And I basically just extracted that. And this is what it sounds like. It's sort of, you know, it's not really fit because, you know, it was a different BPM when I made the actual vocals. So I'll just show y'all the vocals here though. Very nice. So I'm gonna open up the Synthesizer Studio here, and I'm gonna show y'all exactly how I made this because I was a little confused too at first when I opened this plugin. I actually had to look up a lot of stuff because it's a little confusing. But as long as you have, you know, a good guide, then you'll be okay. So I'm mainly using this plugin for one purpose, and it's basically just to add a different voice. Because if you know Arcade, they basically use like one female voice for, you know, damn near all of their patches, or at least like for the hooked patches. If you guys know, you would know that a lot of the hooked presets use like the same voice, and I don't really like the voice. I think it's a little like, I don't know, it just doesn't like hit. So what I ended up doing is I came in here, I clicked create a new instrumental track. I clicked on the vocal. It's got to be in a wave format, so I clicked on the original vocal. I'm just gonna import the audio into the playlist. Once you have that, you're gonna right click and click extract notes from audio. You're gonna see these 3 little checks right here. I just check these first 2 and keep this around 80%. I mean, this is like the default like preset, I'm not gonna lie. So click OK, boom, it's gonna convert it into a MIDI file. And now as you can see, if we scroll up here, we now have the MIDI file. So if we mute the actual audio, now we can take this and we can play it. Very nice. And you'll see up here where it says voice, this is where you can choose your voices. So the different voices are basically just what it is, different voice presets, female or male voices. And what's cool is you can do it in different languages. So you have like English and Mandarin, different shit. I ended up using Hayden 2 for the preset, and then I think it was stuck on Japanese. Not stuck on Japanese, I just left it on Japanese because I didn't care. Normally when I do vocals, I do like a very intense high cut. So you're not really gonna be able to hear like the lyrics and the syllables. You'll more just hear the notes and the actual like pitches from the vocals. So it's gonna sound like this. Very nice. And then what I did is I changed some of these notes. So I ended up pushing this one up. So it's gonna sound like. And then I drag this one out. So it's really cool because, I mean, it basically just creates like a, you know, like a vocal sample for you. And you can, you know, you change it however you want. You can shorten this, you can lengthen it. It's really cool. That's what I did. And then once I did that, I just basically left it because I like to do a lot of my my effects and post. A lot of things you can change if you can look at it. You've got different modes, or like rap vocals. If you want to convert rap vocals, you can switch that to rap. You can change the vibrato. You can change the language, obviously. If you want to go English, you can. You can just change that shit to English. Go English right here, and then it'll switch. Obviously, like with arcade and like, you know, hooked presets, there's not a whole lot of like words being said. It's more just, you know, vocal riffs. So that's what we kind of hear. But I'm just gonna switch this back to Japanese. But there are a whole lot of different things you can change. Obviously, you can change the clearness of it, the falsetto, powerful, soft, subdued. There's just so many things you can change here. It's basically just like an all-in-one vocal generator. You know, it's just really, really cool. Something that like I think so many people could use. I'm a loop maker, so this is big for me because I can basically just convert any vocal, you know, into this. And what's cool is like if you wanted to take like an actual sample, like a vocal sample, you could literally import it into this. You could change it up, change the voice, and boom, now you quite literally have a vocal that is no longer subject to like royalties and all that. Like now that's your sample. Like the sample is cleared, motherfucker. Like that's my sample now. You could change it however you like. Obviously you could play around with the piano roll. If you have an actual MIDI keyboard, you could play, you know, notes through here. It's just really cool. And then what I did was I just rendered it out. This is what I did. So we added some effect tricks. This is all that is. A lot of vintage verb, and then we just did a shit ton of high cuts here just to really cut the highs and keep it very in the background. That's what I like to do with a lot of my vocals. And then I added auto-tune just to make sure the, you know, the vocals were completely on key. And then this is what it sounds like. And then all together, it's gonna sound like. So yeah, that is basically the whole fucking loop. Really hope y'all did enjoy this video, man. If you did, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below, let me know what you thought. You guys do want to get the Synthesizer Studio plugin. The link will be down in the description below with all the details. Shout out to Dreamtonics for sponsoring this video, man. I really appreciate it. It's a fire plugin, man. Y'all gotta go check this out. A whole lot of different ways to use the plugin, you know what I'm saying? Especially if you like to manipulate vocals. This is big time stuff right here. Jay, thank you again to Dreamtonics for sponsoring the video, man. I really appreciate y'all for watching. And for the next one, man, I'll see y'all around there. Peace out.